Hi scholars, welcome to the second part of the topic simple machine, where we are going to be solving lots of calculations involving simple machine. And please, in case you haven't checked out for the first part of this topic, kindly check the video you can see right here on the screen. All right, so question 1, it says that a machine has an efficiency of 80%. The efficiency of the machine is 80%. If the machine is required to overcome a load of 60 Newton, the load is 60 Newton, with a force of 40 Newton. What does that mean now? That force there represents the effort, because effort is used in overcoming a load. So the effort is 40 Newton. And you need to know that in the case of machine, whenever a machine is being used, the value for effort is always less than the load. Take note. For simple machine now, the effort is always less than the load. All right. Calculate its velocity ratio. So we want to get velocity ratio. I know we are familiar with the topic. If you have checked the video I recommended earlier, I said that velocity ratio is distance moved by effort over distance moved by load. But we are not going to be applying that here. We have the efficiency, we have load, we have what? We have effort. So what do we do? From here now we can see if this is load, this is the effort, we can get mechanical advantage, because mechanical advantage is load over effort. And what is the load? Load is 60 Newton divided by what? Effort is 40. So if this is Newton, this is Newton. By now you know that Newton will cancel Newton. So 0 here, 2 here is 2, 2 here is 3. So 2 divided by 2, that is 1.5. So mechanical advantage now has been gotten to be 1.5. So we have mechanical advantage, we have efficiency, now we want to get velocity ratio. So what is that formula that connects efficiency, velocity ratio, and mechanical advantage? That is efficiency is equal to what? Mechanical advantage over velocity ratio multiplied by what? 100%. But please, because I want to solve this question, I don't need this 100%. If you are told to find efficiency, efficiency is always in percentage, then you are going to have multiplied by 100%. So I'm not putting the 100% here because the efficiency has been given in percentage. Please take note. All right, so efficiency is what? 80%. That is 80 divided by what? 100. Do you get it now? So equal to mechanical advantage is 1.5 divided by velocity ratio. So if we cross multiply, this will give us 80 times VR, that is what? 80 VR, then equal to what? 100 times 1.5. That will give us 150. So divide both sides by 80. So VR now will give us what? So VR will give us 1.875. And please remember that velocity ratio has no unit. So this is the answer. Please, do you understand? All right, so let's move to the next question. So the second question, it says, the velocity ratio of a machine is 5. Velocity ratio of the machine is 5. And its efficiency is 75%. Efficiency is 75%. What effort would be needed to lift a load of 150 Newton? So we want to get effort. And we are told that the load is 150 Newton with the machine. So do not forget, our final answer, for the effort, is going to be less than load. Do you get? So we have efficiency here, we want to get effort. And we know that efficiency is mechanical advantage over velocity ratio. So do I need to put times 100%? No. You only put times 100% if you are looking for efficiency. All right. So what is the efficiency here? That is 75%. That's 75 divided by 100 and is equal to, what is mechanical advantage? Note that mechanical advantage is load over effort. And what is the load? Load is 150 Newton, then divided by effort, which we are looking for, effort, then divided by the velocity ratio, divided by velocity ratio is what? That is 5. So this will give us 75 over 100 is equal to 150 divided by E. This will change to what? Multiplication. So multiply by, so I'm going to have 1 coming in, 1 divided by 5. So from here now, 5 here 1, 5 here is what? That is 30. So we have 75 over 100, then is equal to what? 30 times 1, that is what? That is 30. Then divided by E times 1, that is what? That is E. So if you cross multiply, so we have 75 multiplied by E is equal to what? 100 times 30. So let's just have, if 75 times E is 75E, then 100 times 30 will give us what? That will give us 3,000. So looking for E divided by 75. So E will give us what? 3,000 divided by 75. And that will give us 40. So that is 40. 40 what? 40 Newton. So can you see now that the effort is less than the load? Do you get it? All right. I want to believe this video has been helping so far. Please do well to click on the subscribe button in case you haven't. Thank you very much. So the next question says that the efficiency of a machine is 80%. The efficiency of the machine is 80%. Determine the work done by a person. What does that mean now? Work done by a person, it represents work input. Now, I said in the video I recommended that work input, it means work done on the machine. Whereas work output means what? It means work done by the machine. So work done by the machine is related to the load. The work done by the machine is linked to the load. This is what work done on the machine. The work done on the machine is linked to what? It's linked to the effort. So the person now is applying effort. So work done by a person means what? It means work input, which is the work done on the machine. So this is work input. That's what we're looking out for. To raise a load, so you are given the load in kilogram. So that's 200 kilograms. So if I were you now, you know, load is meant to be in Newton, right? So change this one to Newton. That will give us 200 times 10, and that is 2,000 Newton. Do you get? The load now was actually given in mass, in form of kg. So change it to what? To force. So which is multiplied by 10. Through a vertical distance, that is h. Vertical distance is height, and we have it to be 3 meters. And we have to take g to be 10 meters per second squared. So for me now, we have efficiency, we have the load, and then we have the height given to us. Which formula are we using? Since we want to get work inputs. So we are not going to use efficiency to be mechanical advantage over velocity ratio. No, we are going to use efficiency to be work output over work input. So if you are looking for efficiency, that will give us multiplied by 100%. But in this case, we want to get work input. Do you understand? All right. So for the efficiency now, that is 80. We have 80 divided by 100. Then to be equal to, what is the work output? Remember that work done is force times distance, right? And we said that work output, it means work done by the machine, which is linked to the load. So in this case, the force is the load. Then multiplied by the distance, in this case, represent the vertical distance. Do you understand? So that's what L times H. And what is the load? Load is 2,000. So 2,000 multiplied by, what is H? H is 3. So 2,000 times 3, that will give us 6,000. So if I want to write the unit, that is 6,000 joules. So the work done by the machine, it is 6,000 joules. So this is 6,000, then divided by the work input. Do you understand? All right, so we can cross multiply. So we have 18 multiplied by the work input, that will give us what? 18 Wi, then equal to 6,000 times 100, that will give us 600,000. So divide both sides by what? By 80. So 80 cancel 80. So what is 600,000 by 80? So that is 7,500 joules. So work input is 7,500 joules. And also you need to know that work input is always going to be greater than the work output. Because there's something known to be work done against friction. Just know this. Work done against friction is equal to work input minus work output. Work done against friction is what? It is work input minus work output. Please, and please, do you understand? All right, so let's move to the other question. So the next question, it says that the efficiency of the machine is 60%. Efficiency is 16%. Find in joules the work done by a student. The work done by a student. What does that mean? That means work input. That is work done on the machine. So the student is the one applying what? Applying work on the machine. Is that taken? Let's say we are giving the work done by the machine. That is work output. So work input means what? Work done by, work done on the machine, or what? Or work done by a person. In this case, work done by the students. All right. Using this machine to raise a load, the load is 115 kg. So you are giving this in form of what? In form of mass. So what do you do now? Because load is a force, it's meant to be in Newton. So change this to Newton as multiplied by 10. And we have 1,500 Newton. Through a vertical distance of 2.5, which is the height. Height is 2.5 meters. Note, let's say you are giving this in centimeter. What do? You change it to its SI unit, which is meter. All right. So for me now, we want to get work input. Efficiency is what? That is work output over work input. I don't need to put multiply by 100% because we are not looking for efficiency. So efficiency is 60 over 100, then is equal to, what is work output? Like we did earlier, we said work output is what? That is load times height. Because work output is the work done by the machine. So that is linked to the load. So if work done is force in distance, so the force in this case, it is L. The distance in this case is what? Is the vertical height. Take note. So load is 1,500. Then multiply by what? H is 2.5. And 1,500 times 2.5, that should give us 3,750 joules. 3,750 joules. That's the value for work output. So let's have it here. 3,750. So divided by the work input. So do well to cross multiply. 60 multiplied by WI is what? That is 60 WI. Then is equal to 3,750 times 100. That will give us what? That will give us 375,000. Right? So divide both sides by 60. So let's get this. So we have 6,250 joules. So the answer is what? 6,250 joules. And do not forget I said that work input is always greater than what? Work output. So work input here is what? 6,250. Work output is what? 3,750 joules. Also, you can be told to get your answer in kilojoules. So if I want to change joules to kilojoules, what am I going to do? If kilojoules to joules is multiplied by 1,000, Joules to kilojoules is what? Divided by 1000. Do you understand? So let's move to the last question. So the last question says that a machine whose efficiency is 75%, efficiency is 75%, is used to lift a load of 1000 Newton. The load is 1000 Newton. Do not forget, if the load was given in form of mass, that is in kilogram, change it to Newton. Calculate the effort put into the machine. We want to get the effort put into the machine if it has a velocity ratio of 4. If the velocity ratio is what? Is 4. So how do we do this? Do not forget, we are about to get the effort. So in this case, we are not using work input over work output. We are to use what? Mechanical advantage over velocity ratio. So efficiency now is what? Mechanical advantage over velocity ratio. No need of putting times 100%. So what is the efficiency? That's 75%. So 75 over 100 is equal to, what is mechanical advantage? Don't forget that MA is load over effort, right? What's the load? 1000. 1000 divided by effort, which is unknown, then divided by, what is velocity ratio? That is 4. So we have 4 here. The next one is 75 over 100 is equal to 1000 over E. This thing is to what? Multiplication. That's 1 over 4. Do you get? So from here now, can 4 go in 1000? Yes. So 4 here 1, 4 here is what? That is 250, right? And from here, 25 can go. 25 in 75, that is 3. 25 in 100, that is what? That is 4. So we have 3 over 4 to be equal to 250 times 1, that is 250 divided by, so E divided by 1, that gives us E. So cross multiply. So 3 times E, that's 3E, is equal to 4 times 250, that gives us 1000. So looking for E, divide both sides by 3. So E now is what? 1000 divided by 3. So, and 1000 by 3, that will give us 333.33 Newton. So this is the value for effort. And please, I said earlier that in simple machine, the value for effort, that is the effort applied in overcoming the load, in as much as we are using a machine, the value for the effort is usually less than the load. Do you get? Alright, so in case this video has been helpful so far, please do well to like, to share, and most importantly, do well to subscribe. See you in the next class. Bye for now.